Go here, it's your boy Rebel bringing you brand new gameplay commentary on this with my friend's Mike. Whatever. So this is my tips and tricks video for Wednesday. And now, if you don't really like these videos, I posted a TK Tuesday, and I might post a 1v1. Yeah. I have to find the 1v1 first. Or I might have to re-record it off the theater. But yeah, so let's get into it. I'm playing new shit on Drop Zone, or new shit, which is Drop Zone, on Freight, which, yeah, which is it's a map, but essentially, like, you're gonna want to use an AR on this map unless you're just gonna stay in the back and kind of set it out and wait for the spawns to flip, which I didn't really want to do. I kind of wanted to sit in the middle and pick people off, which is what I did all game. And I didn't really switch too many times. I might have switched to my MTAR a couple times when the drop zone was in the back. But yeah, and that's another thing. Being able to know when you have to switch your switch your gun makes you a lot better of a player, because then you can play any situation. You don't have to play a specific situation in a game, and that can help you out a lot. And I say this, and I'm going to say this in every single one of my tips and tricks video, is always be ready for the gunfight. If you don't know there's a guy there, just aim down the sight before you go around the corner. That's why I recommend Stalker, Quick Draw, and Ready Up, and Focus. Those are must-have perks in my opinion, unless you're using a gun that you don't necessarily need Stalker with, because you're just really accurate with it and you kill quick. Because if the gun doesn't kill quick, you're gonna want to run Stalker. That way you can strafe and jump a lot better. I don't know about better is the right word, but you can strafe easier, and excuse me, and you'll um not really dodge, but you'll avoid more bullets, if that's the right word. Yeah, but you'll avoid more bullets and you'll get shot less and you'll live through more situations. That's just my personal opinion. Now, if you don't like Stalker, don't use it. Use like off the grid or something like that. But perk selection is another thing. You're gonna want to use perks that help you. Now, these are just perks that help me in my playing style. My play style is aggressive. I like to use ARs and SMGs. Um, and I basically like to get up in your face or sit behind cover. Well, when I have an SMG, I like to get up in your face and get triples and quads. But when I have an AR, I like to sit back and sort of pick people off and just kind of sit in the middle and just wreck people. So yeah, I did switch to my MTAR, but just because I saw that I was getting a lot more close quarters gunfights than I was long range. So and I could pick people off a lot easier with the MTAR if I'm just closer, especially in drop zone, because you're in drop zone. If you're sitting on the objective, you're gonna be um in close quarters a lot of the time. A lot of the time that you're playing, if you're on the objective. Um, Now, if you like drop zone or you don't like drop zone, either way, this will go for like drop zone, hard point, and maybe another game that I'm forgetting. But in drop zone and hard point, the zone it flops around the map. Now, it'll take practice for you to learn where the rotation is, but it will go maybe twice around for drop zone, and hard point I think it goes maybe once or twice around. But the thing that you can do is when there's like 7 seconds left on the drop zone, or 10 seconds left if you have an AR, you start to run over to the other zone, so that you can be there before the enemy gets there. Now, another thing you can do is if you're losing in like a hard point or something, you or one of your teammates can sit on that for those extra 10 seconds, and that will help you catch up. You can have your whole other team rotate, and you can just sit on that flag. I will give you the extra 10 points that might bring you back a little bit, might help keep you in the game. Yeah. But so what I did right there is I closed the door because it limits the zones that people can run through. And another thing that I did right there is that guy had a night owl up and I saw that. So I followed it and I got to a spawn. Now that was just bad luck. I got shot from behind. But I didn't really know where he was coming from, and I didn't hear him, so yeah. And now I'm just gonna try and defend this helicopter because I don't really want the enemies grabbing a free hind because why would I allow them to when I can just kind of chill and try and take it. But sadly that guy got me, but a teammate grabs it, so it's okay. Another thing is those night owls, I rarely use them because they go right towards you. So if it's not a friendly night owl, you can just follow it right towards the enemies. It's the same thing as the UAV. Now that I dodge this griffin very well right here, because he hits me once and then I go downstairs, close the door, and wait for him to go by. Because he probably doesn't want to wait for me and waste his griffin. He can probably go out and get more kills. So once I see that he's gone, I start to push out, and now they're not going to be expecting me to push out because the griffin's up. So yeah. But this drop zone, I got the spawn for my team. And I switched back to my Remington off the MTAR because I got in some longer range gunfights like this one right here. This is exactly what I was talking about. How I was getting in more like rangy gunfights because the MTAR wouldn't do as well in this scenario as it would with the Remington. Now I that was just poor judgment by me. That guy had amplified, so I think he might have heard me because he didn't have quick draw or any speed perks on. That I was surprised at. Um, yeah, that's another thing. It depends what game mode you're playing. If you're playing like domination or game mode unlike cranked, you're in my opinion, you're gonna want to run speed perks because that makes you a lot harder to kill. You're gonna either want to run speed perks or stealth perks. It's your choice. But if you don't like either of those, you might want to run you might want to run like focus and deadeye. Deadeye is a great perk, but I only use that when I'm really going for high streaks because it feels kind of pointless for me if I'm running assault. I mean, I could run other streaks to just do the same, not do the same thing, but I mean, I could. I thought I saw somebody there, but and there too, but yeah, I could do a lot more damage without it. I could have dead silence and like quick draw and stalker, and then well, no, I could have like quick draw and dead silence, and then that'd be exact same. Me having one perk, which doesn't really seem good to me. Now, what I wished was a perk for was like a 1 point perk, which made all your perks count for like one or two less, which I think would be really cool. But I doubt they're gonna put that in because that'd be kind of OP. And another thing that I hope they do. Oh shit! I ran out of time. I'll tell you in my 1v1 video tomorrow. This has been your boy Rebel. I'll see you in the next chapter.